you're wasting time. You're wasting time. There's something you're supposed to do now, and then you're postponing it. You're saying, "Oh, I will do it later." It doesn't matter. I don't have to do it now. It's not compulsory now. I can do it later. You're wasting time. You see, you're wasting time. What is the definition of what you're supposed to do later? What you're supposed to do later? What is the definition of it? You see, if you know the value of time, if you know how important time is, you get how important time is, you will know that time is an opportunity. Time is an opportunity. You cannot afford to waste your time. You see, when you're wasting your time, you're wasting your life. There are no two ways about it. You got to understand this. Okay, let me put it another way. When you're wasting your time, you're wasting opportunity, you're wasting resources, you're wasting value. You see, you're wasting lives. Not even only your own life, but lives. Think about it. Let's say you're supposed to use your time maybe to acquire some skills, okay, that will make you more financially stable, or will make you more resourceful, or something more valuable that you can use to help other people. You see that? Maybe you're supposed to use that time to make some money so that you can help somebody who is sick. You see that? So if you don't use that time to make that money, and then somebody is sick, you're not able to help that person, the person dies. You see how you've lost life because of time. The same thing can also be, it may not be with money issue, it may be with your skill. Like maybe say the time that you're supposed to have invested to acquire a skill, and then you wasted that time, and then you couldn't acquire the skill, and the person who needed your attention maybe to save the life at that moment, you couldn't do it, the person died. You see, so that's what I'm talking about, that wasting your time is not even only wasting your own life, but you can even waste other people's lives as well. You see, when you're supposed to use your time right now to write a book, you see, that you help other people, that you save their lives, that you encourage them, you see, that you inspire them, motivate them, you wasted that time. Now somebody was demotivated, somebody was demoralized, and the person committed suicide, and the person died. Whose fault is that? Yeah, of course, you say, "Oh, I'm not the one that made them commit suicide." Yeah, you're not the one, but if you had done what you're supposed to do, perhaps they wouldn't have committed suicide. You see, so wasting your time is not even only you're wasting your own life, but you're wasting other people's life as well. When you look at it, you see, on a larger scale, when you look at it from a bigger perspective, there are a lot of things, very basic things that we got to understand about life. Very basic things. They're not so complicated as the way we're being taught. They're not so complicated as the way we're being told. What we need to understand is, when it comes to basic things about life, okay, think about it. Time is one of the basic things about life. You know that there's nothing that you do in this life that does not require time. It is very basic. It's a basic knowledge. There's nothing you do. Even right now, you're listening to me. If you're listening, or you're reading, or any of this material is coming to you, you're putting in your time. Whether you're going to listen for 10 minutes, or you're going to read for 5 minutes, or you're going to, anything you want to do, it's time. Really. It's time. So, what do you want to do in this life without time? Like, talk to me. Nothing. And it's just because that factor is so commonized, like it's so available to us, so we don't value it, we don't say, well, I mean, how people capitalizing on time as if it is not available. Time is available now, like you're capitalizing on time as if it's a good, like you're always talking about time, like is there no time? How don't you have time now? If you are alive, of course you have time now. So why should we just be talking about time as if you should be serious about everything all the time, like time. Okay, I get. But you gotta understand that. This time we are talking about, you see, in as much that you are having time to do other things, you're having time to rest, to play, to talk, to chat, to flex, to relax, to walk around, do whatever you want to do, run activities and all that. Yeah, but you gotta understand that important things of life must be prioritized. That is the point. Important things of life must be prioritized. You cannot major or minor things and minor or major things. It's gonna put you at disadvantage. That's gonna be the end result. You're gonna be disadvantaged. Okay, just like say when you're supposed to go to school to go and get a certificate, and you now say the bulk of your time should be the break time, should be time for breaks and all that, when you have not covered the lectures, when you've not covered the practicals, right? When you've not covered other things that you're supposed to do, the study hours, and all you're saying is there should be more break time, there should be more lunch time. Really talk to me. Really, are you gonna get a certificate? You're not gonna get it, of course. You're not gonna get it. There's no magic. You see, that's the way it is. So when you look at life like that, it's about getting certificates, about you coming out, fulfilled, you coming out as a success. You see, then you know that you gotta put in the work. You see, there's no shortcut with it. There's no magic. There's no miracle. The only miracle you can perform is the miracle of hard work. Is the miracle of putting in the time. You see, that's the miracle you can perform, and let the time do the magic for you. Of course, time is gonna do the magic for you. I mean, time does the magic for farmers when they put the seed inside the soil. Of course, time will do the magic for you when you put your own seed inside the soil. When you plant your seed, time is gonna do the magic for you. You see, time is gonna do the magic for you when you go impregnate your wife. When you put your sperm inside a womb, time is gonna do the magic for you and give you a baby after 9 months. Time is gonna do the magic for you. You see, but time cannot do any magic for you when you've not done anything. That's where the issue is now. Time cannot do any magic for you when you're not taking action. I remember I was talking with a man, and I was trying to encourage him to write a book. I was just so impressed by this man's grammatical construction, and he actually wrote something for my book, and I was so impressed. So I was trying to encourage him. I was even expecting that you should have got like many books on share right now, like in your name. You should have authored many books. So I went to ask him, I hope you have books you've written books already. Tell me about it. And this guy was telling me he hasn't written any book. So let's work on it. I mean, like, let's do this. So he was just telling me, I will write. Of course, I will write it when I retired, or when I have more time to myself. Then I'm gonna write it. Okay. Okay. Yeah, it sounds plausible, right? Yeah, it sounds plausible. It said, yeah, I prefer to write by myself. I don't need somebody to write in a book for me. I'll write by myself. So it sounds like, yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, it sounds good. Yeah. But while I was thinking about it, I was like, okay, it sounds good. Okay. So you can, so you can, so you can wait. Yeah, you can wait. You can. It's not something like you have to rush. But you gotta understand that in my language we have one proverb. They say, "Death does not give you dates. Death does not give you dates. Doesn't tell you this when I'm gonna come." Meaning what? Meaning that you don't even know what's gonna happen in the next few hours. Not to talk of the next following day. You see. So, which means that the opportunity you have right now is the only opportunity that you are sure of. You see, thank God if you wake up tomorrow morning, but don't be naive and think that you know when you're gonna die. The actual day when you're gonna. Okay, some people say they know when they're gonna die. Okay, congratulations. Well, I know many people don't know when they're gonna die. And even those that claim they know when they're gonna die, some are just religious fanatics. Some are just superstitious. They don't know what they're talking about. You see? So, but the important thing is, why can't you base your life on principles? Why can't you base your life on understanding life? That the opportunity you have right now, the time that you have right now, is the only assured time that you can do something with your life. Is the only assured time that you know that I shouldn't postpone what I'm supposed to do. I should just go ahead and do it right now, no matter what. You see, no matter what. I just felt sorry for that guy, for that man. This is not a small person. Almost like maybe I don't know, maybe you should be over 60, maybe 60 or over 60. And then yet you're still waiting for when you're gonna retire, when you're gonna die. Are you like, really? When you're supposed to have written a lot of books that people are supposed to have been reading. When I don't understand the value of books and all that, I think, oh yeah, maybe you wait for some time to write a book. I even heard some people say, yeah, you should write a book when you have audience, when you can reach out to many people, when you already have many followers. That's when you should write a book. I'm like, okay, that's a very flimsy reason for writing a book. Very flimsy reason for writing a book. Do you write a book because people can read? Because the platform or the followers that you've created now can read your book? What about if they don't want to read your book? What are you gonna die? Writing a book is not just for you, to have. It given to people to read at that moment. You see, at that moment. First of all, writing a book has to do with documenting your life. You see, that's very important. You document your life. Coming from a place like Africa, a place like Nigeria, where you have so many great minds, you have many great brains, but without documentation. There's no adequate documentation. There's so many great people who went to the grave with their brains. They went to the grave with their thoughts, with their mighty ideas, with their great minds. They went to the grave. They died. Because probably they were waiting for when they will have the platform to write a book. That is the dumbest thing you can think about in your life. Why do you want to wait for a platform to write your book? You want to wait for when you're going to have followers to write it. That's dumb. Come on. You're going to write this because you want to document your life. You want what you have inside to be documented, to be written down, to be put down. So that whether this generation or the next generation, we make use of it. We read it. That is the point. It's not just for you to have a audience or followers and then they are reading your book now. No. 1,000 times no. You see, because life is endless. There's no time bound with life. You got to understand that there's no time bound with life. You're thinking that your life on earth, because of the life you're living on earth, so when you transit, your life has ended. No, life doesn't end. Life, you see, it is spirit that drives life, and spirit doesn't die. You see, so spirit even moves. Spirit continues even as we leave this earth. You see, what it does is that death actually transfer you. It brings that transit. It transfers you from one phase to another phase. It does not end your life, as it were. So when you understand that, so what that means is your life is endless. Your life is endless. So if you do something with your life here, many generations to come can take advantage of it, can make use of it. You see, so you want to look at your life as something that is not time bound. So whether this generation or the next generation, they're gonna be blessed by what you document about your life. It may not even be like you may do some things now that the current generation may not value. They may not value it. You may write a book now, and people now don't value what you wrote. But maybe it could be next generations that will really value what you wrote. I mean, think about Jesus. Jesus during his time, do you think people appreciate it? Do you think people value that man? He wasn't appreciated. Not even in where he was born, Nazareth. This guy wasn't appreciated. It was after he died, you see. And then, 1,000 years after he died, that all over the world now, he became the talk of the town. It became famous. It became popular, that everybody is just talking about him all over the world right now. But during his time, during his own lifetime, when he was here on earth, he wasn't as appreciated, he wasn't as admired as he is right now. You see, and even his words, his teachings, you see, his miracles, things that he did were not appreciated so much that time. It is now that we are appreciating it. You see that? So if he had, because of how people rejected him and all that, or how not so many people know him, that he didn't do a lot of things that he did, how are we going to be referencing those things now? How are we going to be appreciating those things now? You see what I'm talking about? That you shouldn't just focus on this current generation. You shouldn't just focus your life on this present generation. People may not like you. They may not like what you're doing. They may say, what's this one doing? Like, what's this one doing? I don't, everybody may say, this one is dumb. This one is, I don't know what it's doing. You see, I've read a lot of great minds that there was a particular man. His name, I know one of his names was Vincent Pearl, maybe Vincent Pearl or something. His other names, I'm not sure. This man, you see, that time, this man was doing some paintings. You see, he was doing some artistic work. This man was so intelligent with heart. He was so intelligent, and he was doing some artistic works that people at that time did not appreciate. Do you know this man died poor? You see, he died poor. Now, his works that he did that time, even though people rejected him, they didn't recognize what he was doing, but this man kept doing it. He died poor, right? You will have thought, oh, his life has ended, nobody cares about it. When people discover, the following generation, right? When they discover what this man has done, they were like, what? Such an intelligent artistic work. People were buying his work. They were buying his artistic work with millions of dollars. Millions of people were buying his artistic work with millions of dollars. Can you imagine that? Millions of dollars. And this man died poor. You see, because people at his time, they didn't value what he had. They didn't value, but that didn't even stop him. It didn't stop him. He kept doing it. He kept doing it. He kept doing it. He kept doing it. And the next generation values so much what this guy did. That's what we're talking about. You see, that's what we're talking about. So you don't want your life to be limited by just a generation. What about you? You are in the generation of people who don't value what you have. Generation of people who don't care what this one doing. Or don't care whatever you're doing. You know. So what's? But you don't want to be discouraged because you just know that your life is endless. Your life is not time bound. It's not limited by time. And so because of that, you can actually manifest your life. You can document your life and let it be what generations will be talking about. Not just one generation, but generations will be talking about. You see, I started with time. You see, you're wasting time. Is there anything you're supposed to do right now? Go and do it. Come on. Stop telling yourself you're gonna do it later. You're gonna do it tomorrow. Oh, I'm gonna do it. Like that one was saying, I'm gonna do it when I retire. I'm gonna do it when. Are you okay? Go do this thing, my friend. What are you talking about? Go do that thing, my friend. You say you're gonna do it. Do you know whether you're gonna even be alive tomorrow, sir? You say you're gonna do it next year. Go and do that thing, my friend. If you're supposed to have your own book by now, what are you waiting for? Go put something together and get something out of your head. Put your thoughts down. Put your ideas down. You see, put your life down. Document your life. That is the point. Document your ideas. There's some things I've written down right now that I've put it out there. Let it bless people. If the present generation doesn't appreciate it, no problem. I understand what I'm telling you. I've understood it a long time ago. You see, so I don't care whether people appreciate what I'm doing right now or not. It's not my business, really. I don't care whether you appreciate what I'm doing right now or not. It's not my business. My business is to do what is important. You see, it is do what is important, irrespective of whether it's accepted by this generation or not. Because I know my life is endless. My life is not limited by time. It's not limited by time. So if this generation doesn't appreciate it, which I know a lot of people don't even appreciate it. Like, people appreciate it. Really. In good numbers. So, but I'm just saying, because some people say, nobody needs what I have. Nobody wants what I need. Nobody wants what I have. So why should I stress myself to kind of be doing something for people that I'll say somebody has done it. Why do you have to do it? Somebody has done it. Why do you have to do it? Really? Why do you have to do what? Go do your own. Really? Even if you're identical twins, go do your own. Everybody's got their own unique way of doing things. You see, you're gonna put your own unique touch there. What is gonna make you different? Definitely. You see, so but you don't want to limit yourself by the environment. You don't want to limit yourself by just what you're seeing, what you're hearing. You see, you want to go ahead and do what you're supposed to do. You want to go ahead and do what you're supposed to do. Don't limit yourself by your environment. Don't limit yourself by what you see other people doing. Don't limit yourself, by what people have said about you. People have said a lot of things about you, and you're letting some of their words to, maybe they said some bad words, wrong words to you, and that's demotivating you. Come on. Hey, Are you gonna be living by people's words? Are you gonna be living by your own word? You see, you use your words to create your world. Use your words to create your world. You see, I don't care how people say, yeah, say something about me. Okay, maybe I listen to what you say about. I pick the important ones, the ones that have value, and the ones that don't have value, I throw them away, like right there. I have a sieve in my ears, so I don't gulp everything. Like, say somebody saying something, I don't, So, but the important thing is you should know yourself. You should discover yourself, because most times they think the problem is from outside. The problem is from people who talk to us, people who maybe they talk down on us, or they abuse us, or they, downgrade us, or whatever. Yeah, you can think people, people hate you, or people are doing wrong things to you, or whatever. But I tell you that everything still boils on you. Everything still boils down on you. You are the subject. You are the main person. If you discover yourself, if you know who you are, if you discover yourself, you're not gonna have problem with whatever people are saying. You see, if you value your self-esteem, if you understand who you are, you know your self-worth, you know yourself, you have correct self-image about yourself. You know your self-value. You know who you are. Oh, come on. Nobody's gonna come and tell you trash. Like, seriously. Nobody's gonna come and tell you rubbish. Anybody can say whatever they want. They are just human beings like you. You get? Like you. Just no big deal. They're just human beings like you, whether age notwithstanding. Whether somebody is grown up or younger than you or older than you, it doesn't matter. As a matter of fact, you is you. Age doesn't change you. You see, if you understand who you are, age doesn't change you. If you understand who you are, you see, sex doesn't change you if you understand who you are. Environment doesn't change you if you understand who you are, because who you are, it is your original identity. It is your original person. Your original person that cannot be changed. You see that? So if you are not sure, if you don't know who you are, of course people can tell you different things about yourself. Oh, they tell you, oh, you are this, oh, you're a coward, oh, you're not outspoken, oh, you're not extrovert, oh, you don't this, oh, you're not a leader, oh, you're not this, you're that, tell you different things, tell you different things. And if you don't know who you are, you just gulp everything you're hearing. You just assume, oh, and that's true, and that's true, and they're saying what is true, and that's true. What is true? But you've not discovered who you are. You're just saying that's true. You see, until you understand the difference between who you are and where you are. You see, when you understand the difference between who you are and where you are, you can be somewhere, but that is not who you are. That I'm at a place now doesn't mean that is who I am. Okay, if somebody is a student now, that the person is a student doesn't mean he's going to be a student for life. Like if he's studying in the university and maybe he's a student. There was a time when you were a pupil in nursery school or second or primary school. When you're a pupil, are you still a pupil now? You've graduated that level. Now you've become adults, right? So at different stages of life, you are at different stages. Where you are. Those are where you are. That is not who you are. You see, that's the difference. So take for instance, if you are Maybe you are the type who is shy. Maybe you're shy now. You don't talk or whatever. Or maybe maybe you're fearful, or let's say you're not doing some things, or you can't do some things now. Okay, let's say like maybe you cannot do some things now. It does not mean you cannot do it. If you're not doing something now, doesn't mean you cannot do it. You see, doesn't mean you cannot do it. It only means that you have not given it time to do it. So if you want to do that thing, go give it your time and do it. There's a difference between capacity and what you don't have. You're capable of doing it. So let's say where you are right now is okay. You cannot do that thing, but it doesn't mean that you cannot do it. It only means that where you are right now is that you're not doing that thing. So if you can change where you are, so if somebody is now using where you are now to not name you, oh, don't mind him, he's dumb, he's daft, he doesn't know, he's a failure, he doesn't know this thing, Maybe you're having problem with your academics, and they are thinking you're a dullard. Oh, he's a dullard. How do you mean I'm a dullard? I'm not. That is not who I am. I can be where I am right now, okay, because I've not put in the time. I've not invested my time well, because I've not studied well, right? Because I've not done what I'm supposed to do. But that is just where I am. I can change where I am, but I know who I am. I know that I am not dumb. I know that I'm not a dullard. I know that I'm a genius. I know that I'm intelligent. I know that I can do well in my studies. I know that I can be creative. I can perform. I have abilities. You see, I know what I can do. So when you know who you are, you don't mind what people are calling you. You don't mind what people are calling you, because you're sure going to manifest who you are. Let who you are dominate where you are. You see, let who you are dominate where you are, and that starts with your thoughts, with what you're always thinking about yourself. That will help your demeanor. That will help your courage. It will help your disposition. It will help your expression. You see, very important. It will help your expression. It will help everything you do with your life. You see, I encourage you today. Your time is very important. Take care of your time. Take note of your time. Don't procrastinate what is important that you're supposed to do today. Don't procrastinate. Don't put it off. Oh, I'll do it tomorrow. Come on, I'm gonna do it tomorrow. I will do it now. At least you cannot say I will die tomorrow now. I will do it. But you know tomorrow has its own work too. Tomorrow has its own project. That tomorrow now may come and you're not doing it. You see. So in as much as you can, it has happened in the past. You procrastinated and you're still able to do what you wanted to do, but it won't always happen. It won't always happen. So you gotta make sure that what you're supposed to do, you go ahead and do it. You see, you go ahead and do it, and I see you becoming more and more successful. I see you achieving greatness. You see, I see you excelling all round in every ramification. You're succeeding. By God's grace. Alright, so thank you for listening, and bye for now.